Yo, first and foremost, I don't care what y'all say. Tasha K should have been a lawyer. Yo, the Tasha K should have been a lawyer. I'm literally at my night job, right? Listening to this lady. And when I tell y'all, Tasha K got her ways, but she got some skills on her. She has some skills on her. And she's good at catching people in lies. She's good at that. I'm telling you, I listen to her. My undergrad is in pre-law, right? One of the first things they teach you, outside of never signing something without reading it, but one of the other first things they teach you is try to catch an MF in a lie. Ask them the same question different ways, okay? They don't say it like that, but that's literally one of the first things they try to teach you is the please don't come over to this truck. One of the first things they literally try to teach you is this is man out here. God bless his heart, because I couldn't do it in the heat. Y'all, I'm at my night job. It's a man out here with the clipboard. You ever seen them people try to get people to sign stuff? And he, poor thing, out here about to get hit by a car just to get somebody to sign a clipboard. But anyway, so Tasha K is good at teaching, getting people caught up in their lives, right? So I'm literally listening to her. She literally asked this man within 5 minutes, you know, as I'm listening to the interview, do he drink, right? The first time he said he don't drink, he's a truck driver, da-da-da, right? So then she said, oh, okay, then she said something. But then she asked him the same question, but just in a different way. So then she asked him for the third time, she said, after he done already told you that he don't drink because he's a truck driver, then she asks him, so when you do drink, what do you drink? He just told you he didn't drink, right? But he took the bait that time. You just told her you don't drink. You a truck driver. You don't drink. But then 2 questions later, she said, so when you do drink, what do you drink? He said, well, when I do drink, I drink da-da-da. She just caught you in a lie. She just asked you the same question, just a different way. Yo, she should have been a lawyer. She should have been a lawyer. She should have been a lawyer. Tasha is she's in her field, but for real, she's in the wrong field. She's in the wrong field. So, I mean, like, not wrong field, but you know what I mean. Like, I could see her as a lawyer. But nonetheless, this dude is a piece of shit. He is. I'm listening to him myself, and I'm just listening to him. I'm just like, enough with the lies, okay? Enough with the lies. Just like he said, long as it's not doing anything to hinder Caleb or put Caleb in danger and all this other mess, my primary focus is making sure she all right, da-da-da, cap. If you were so worried about that lady, you would have never got her involved in that mess from get-go. Now, all of a sudden, her safety is your number one priority. He talking about the people I love, this, that, and the third, and I'm so protective and all this, that, and the third. If you were so protective the way that you said you were, none of that mess would have happened from get-go. Like, I'm going to tell you like I told my cousin the other day. Anytime you're dealing with a man and you got to constantly remind him, you put her in her place. Put her in her place. That is a dude that's playing both teams. Because let me tell y'all something like I told y'all all before. When me and my ex was breaking up, he told me that I was under the impression that we was going to work things out, you know, get things back on track. The whole time he lied to me and told me the girl was his sister, which I knew he was lying because I knew I met his family before. I knew that wasn't his sister, right? He finally came out and told me that was his girlfriend, right? Boom. I was upset about that, right? So look, one thing I can say to this day, I never met her face to face. We never talked on the phone. I never had to worry about her doing no drive-bys at my crib. I never even said so much of hi, bye, bitch, nothing to this girl. He kept it separate. He was a man that did not like a lot of confusion. I can't give him that. In the end, what he did was wrong. But one thing I can say about him, he didn't like a lot of confusion. Yo, this lady just threw up. Oof. Oh my god, I just ate some food too. That'll turn my stomach. I couldn't go into medical because my stomach wouldn't be able to handle that stuff. Oh my stars. I wish I didn't see that. But nonetheless, okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all this. When Anton said that him and Savannah just got off the phone not even an hour ago, I said to myself, Savannah, you was a dumb bitch. I don't mean no harm. You was a dumb bitch, because anytime you go into prison, you miss more than a decade of being with your son behind this clown right here. And you mean to tell me you got the nerve to be on the phone with him? Literally, you said yourself, you went away when your child was a baby. You came back to a grown man. And you on the phone with this clown? I'm sorry. Whenever I heard people do stuff like that, I said to myself, you deserve everything you got. Because he couldn't have said nothing to me. After all of that, bro, he could not have said nothing to me. When I tell you nothing, nothing. He could not have said nothing to me. Nothing. 20 years? 20 years. That's a long damn time. That's a long time. And then he keeps saying, we just got off the phone not too long ago. Like, that's nothing to be proud of. She should have dropped you. She should have been dropped you. Let me tell you something. As long as I've been alive, I never had a situation where the next woman came to me about a guy. I'm like this, and maybe my mentality has kept me out of situations like this. Once you tell me you got a girlfriend, you got a shorty you talking to. I remember I was interested in the guy. And he gonna tell me, he told me, I texted him, he told me he was at the movies. He told me he was at the movies. I knew in that moment right then he wasn't at the movies by himself. I didn't text him no more after that. He texted me the next morning, maybe like 12 o'clock. You think I told him how I felt about that shit? No, but I said to myself right there, don't text me after 12 o'clock after y'all done probably been, after the movies, y'all done probably laid up all night, and now you sleep. You went to sleep and then you up, now you texting me. No, sir, I know how that go. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't play that shit. The first time a chick would have came to me, I would have been done right then and there. I wouldn't even said nothing to him. I would not have said nothing to him. I would have been done. Finetto. And quiet as it's kept, when you really think about it, both of them have a role to play in the situation, because Savannah should have dropped him when all them chicks kept approaching her about him. That's when she should have dropped him. And Sabrina, quiet as it's kept, she still ain't had no business going around it. I don't care what y'all say. I told y'all how I felt in my first video about this situation. Y'all gonna get enough of going around people's crib. Y'all gonna get enough of that. Y'all gonna get enough of that. And I gave the lady props. At least she came around there by herself. When the girl came around my house, she came around there with 2-3 carloads of bitches. At least Sabrina came by herself. That shows right there. I'm just saying. She can say she victim all day long, but that shows right there she thinks she bad. Because she came around there by herself. At least when the girl came around there to fight me, she came with 2-3 carloads of bitches. And they was not going to let her fight one-on-one. She came from a family that didn't believe in one-on-ones. They'll tell you in a heartbeat. One-on-ones, we don't do those. They'll tell you in a heartbeat. So, y'all, I love my lipstick, but I think I'm gonna start back wearing my mask. Because they say the O out. Y'all know what the O is. I heard YouTube funny about that word. So, just like they was funny about the C word, Covisha. We're gonna call the O word, we're gonna call her Amaniqua. Amaniqua. She need to get off that phone. If she hit my truck, it's gonna be some shit. Anyway. So yeah. Okay, so he threatened Tasha K on the low when he was saying no exploitation. His exact words were, because the minute I think that's happening, I'm gonna go all levels. Basically meaning he gonna violate. That was a threat, and she played it really cool. To be honest, I always told you I think Tasha got hands. I always felt that way, and I always felt like the least of her worries is somebody doing something to her. I could feel it. I get that spirit from her. Just like she let her daughter go to the Beyonce concert, and people were saying, "You gonna let your daughter da da da?" And she said, "Let me tell you something. I'm the least of my worries is somebody doing something to my child." I think Tasha is willing to cross that line if she feel like somebody gonna do something to her. Anytime you got somebody that travel dolo, taking pictures, posting their location with their mouth like that, with a mouthpiece like that, it's either one or two things. Either they are extremely stupid, or they know they willing to hurt an MFer. Okay? It's got to be one of the two. It's got to be one of the two. They either stupid and think they untouchable, or they willing to hurt an MFer. And with Tasha, I get the vibe of both. I think she lies right in the middle. But Tasha is one of those people that she's not gonna go down without a fight. She's not gonna go down without a fight. Let me tell you something about people like me and her. Alpha females. Long as we get a fair, run, we alright. Win, lose, or draw. And I get that spirit from her. Long as y'all fair with it, she'll go toe to toe with you. But just don't like bank us or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Long as it's fair. But nonetheless, he threatened her. And let me tell you something. He's not so worried about exploitation and all that stuff. You know what he mostly worried about? She need to watch that boy door. Make sure that door don't hit my truck. They don't even know that's my truck. They looking at me staring at them because that's my truck. Making sure they don't hit my truck. I don't know why people have their kids right there and they just let them swing that door like that. Yo, I literally sued. I got hit maybe, I want to say a month ago by the 16-year-old, and they paid for my truck, and I took the boy daddy to court. I ain't staying there and argue. I went back and forth with him for a little bit. Then my dude said, "Look, you gonna sue him anyway." You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna keep going back and forth with you. I'm gonna just take you to the white folks, okay? I ain't got time. We literally still going through the process right now. They were 100% at fault. So, I don't mind. I probably wouldn't even say nothing to her. I probably would have got their license plate number and took pictures of the damage. I ain't going back. I don't know why people like giving me money. I don't know why. But nonetheless, yeah. I don't know why. Girl, look. And just like I didn't like like when he said, and I told y'all, Tasha K say some stupid shit sometimes. I told y'all how I felt about the Cardi B situation. I felt she was really wrong for that. I already told y'all how I felt about that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at my old review. But I told y'all how I felt about that situation right there. Because I know how it feels for somebody to lie on your health, and then the truth come out, and nobody wants to give you an apology. Hell, at least Tasha gave the Cardi an apology. It was a sorry ass apology, but hell, when MFers lied on my health, I didn't even get that. I didn't even get that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that. My results, bitches said, oh well, and you know what I'm saying? At least she gave an apology. I didn't even get that. I'm gonna say this bitch name. I went to school with her. She looks sick. Ooh, look, ooh. Lord, please forgive me. Anyway, so, forget her. She used to pick on me. Anyway, so nonetheless, what was I saying? So yeah, so damn. So yeah, at least Tasha gave the lady an apology. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like when he said if the minute I feel like you gonna do da, it's gonna go another way and ain't gonna be no security. Excuse me, da. That's a threat. You trying to allude to the fact that you gonna do something to her. I didn't like that. What you trying to say? You saying something without saying something, like you gonna do something to her. I told y'all how I feel about men threatening a woman. I feel like if you'll threaten a woman, you'll spit on a woman. If you'll spit on a woman, you'll hit a woman. If you'll hit a woman, you'll murk a woman. I don't like stuff like that. And even if I was Savannah, even if he was trying to attempt to write off his wrong with me, the fact that you would even threaten a woman, that tells me, first you said when you first came on the interview that you changed. You're not the same person that you was back then. But both of them said that you used to put your hands on them. But you said that you changed. So how did you change if you in this interview with Tasha saying, I'm going to tell you right now, the minute that I think is da-da-da, and I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't going to go your way. Ain't going to be no security. Ain't going to be no da-da-da. That's what you trying to allude to, the fact that you think you trying to say you going to do something to her. What man? You think her husband? Nah, I ain't even going to say what man, because it's a lot of sissies out here that'll stand there and let a man do something to a woman. It's a lot of them. But we ain't talking about just no regular Joe Smo in the street. We talking about her husband. What husband you think gonna sit there unless he a bitch? But her husband seem like the type, he don't talk too much. And most of the times the guys that don't talk too much, they not gonna do no talking. What makes you think her husband gonna sit right there and let you do something to her and he just stand there? His wife. This ain't no bitch he just ran into in the store on the road or nothing. This is his wife. They have children together, the mother of his children. You know, even though regardless if they don't always see eye to eye, he got to feel some type of way about her. He's still with her after all that stuff. He's still around. He's still around. That means he in it for the long haul at this juncture. So that means when you pull up feeling froggy or stepping out of line, 9 times out of 10, no, MF, it's not going to go the way you plan. Because you going to be the MF outnumbered. And you don't know how her production team feel about her. They may love her to pieces too. You don't know how they may feel about her. Especially if, regardless of what's going on the outside world, if she know how to treat them, they not going to let nothing happen to her. You better believe it. If they like her. I put it like that. If they like her. You talking about it ain't going to go. You think you, and you done already threatened her. So 9 times out of 10, she going to be ready for you with that hammer. If you know what I mean. She going to be ready for you. She going to be ready for you. I'm telling y'all, I learned a long time ago, when these MFers, these N-words threaten you, take heed. Take heed. I told y'all about the situation in the Chinese restaurant because I told the big black N-word he skipped me a line. He gonna tell me that he gonna spit in my face, and he did it. And after that situation right there, that taught me to start carrying. That's what made me invest in a piece of heat. Because like I always tell y'all don't want to admit it, but a lot of these black N-words ain't S-H-I-T. I didn't say all of them. I said majority of them. A lot of them are. Not all of them, majority of them. And like I always tell y'all, when y'all say, oh, the police, make sure you carry this for the police and this, that, and the third. When I invested in a firearm, it wasn't because of the police. It wasn't because of bitch in the street. Because I could fight a bitch in the street. It wasn't because a white person. Let's just be honest. It was because of a black N-words. Black N-words. Dudes like Anton. The Chinese restaurant incident. The road rage incident. I told y'all that was the first time a black N-word spit on me. The first time. The Chinese restaurant was the second time. A lot of these black N-words ain't shit. A lot of them are. And after that right there, that made me say, I need to invest in a firearm. And when I told my good Judy about it, you know what he said? He rubbed it in. He said, I been told you need that. As a woman, I been told you that. He mocked me. He said, no, you remember you used to say you didn't believe in it? Or no. Now you ready to get one. Yeah, he was right. He wasn't the only man that told me that. You do. And as a woman, Tasha, regardless if you got people there with you or not, you need to have it on standby in case he feel froggy. Because he done already told you what he willing to do. Don't take it lightly. You a woman. They really not going to hesitate when it comes to you because they already know you can't beat them no way. Did y'all hear the part where he said, don't get it misconstrued. I love this MF. You referring to a woman. A woman, bro. A woman. A MF? You calling the woman you love a MF? A MF? I never even heard. Well, yeah, I have. But a MF? You love. So let me get this straight. You love her, but you calling her a MF? Bro, this dude a clown. And he's a narcissist. This man has been this way, Tasha. Even then, he came to my job. My job, Tasha. My job. He said he loved me. Oscar nomination goes to Savannah Grant, okay? Okay, so I'm not discounting anything that Savannah has to say, but one thing, upon many things that I'm starting to question the validity of her story is because you say he did all these things to you. He put his hands on you, allegedly. He put you in a lot of mess. Of course, that's no allegedly. That's, as we all can see that. But you act like, you know, you say he opened the door for her to come in so y'all can fight, allegedly. So apparently he did all these things and you still communicate with this guy. He did all these things, so why? You know, if he was so horrible, if he was so this and that, Savannah, like y'all said y'all stuff, y'all keep in contact. So if he's all these things that you said he is, why are you still talking to him? Why are y'all kicking it? Oh, we about to get on the phone right now. Like, y'all, you act like y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like that. I told him he can't call me dad. Like you call yourself, like you, I bet you laying down the law now? Because you're not allowing him to give you a nickname? What about not be on the phone with him at all? Because I don't know about nobody else, but anybody that I don't think much of, I don't talk to them. Hell, I don't even speak to them. I have had people tell me I would look you right in your face as if I'm looking right through you. I've had people tell me that. I would irritate a MF a soul, okay? I have learned the art of ignoring people, not speaking to people. When I tell you I can irritate people so bad that, I ain't talking about just N-words, I'm talking about white folks too. Old and young, I can put a terrible egg on you, baby. But that won't always like that. That's something I have developed through the years. That's something I have, the way I'm telling you, people, I've had people tell me so many times, the way I cut my eyes at people, like, I don't know, I don't notice it. I don't notice it, but I've had people tell me I do. The way I cut my eyes at people, I'm telling you, it was a girl that told me, girl, the way you cut your eyes at people is something like no other. Like, I'm telling you, but it ain't always been that way. That's something I've had to learn throughout the years. Because I'm telling you, if you jump up and fight every single time somebody step out of line, I'm telling you, I used to fight all the time back in the day. If you jump up and fight every time somebody step out of line, you're going to be a fighting biffer. I'm here to tell you. You can't jump up and fight every time somebody call you a B word. You can't jump up and fight every time somebody say something out the way to you, because you're going to always be fighting. You're going to always be fighting. But throughout the years, I've learned if I don't care much for you, I don't have to look at you. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to say nothing to you, because at the end of the day, I don't have to go home to you. So I don't owe you that. I've had to learn how to walk right past people and don't even acknowledge them. I'm telling you, I've had people say, oh, I don't care. I literally, my first accounting job, me and the bitch weren't talking all year. New Year came. Well, you know that first Monday when y'all come back from New Year, the New Year vacation and stuff. When I tell you, she came back speaking to my, it's a new year, let's move forward, it's the same shit with me. Ain't nothing changed but the date, baby. Nothing changed. I still feel the same way. I don't hold grudges, but I have learned in life, when somebody try you the first time, they'll try you again. So I say all that to say, Savannah, he's still the same ain't shit Anton back then. But I have learned in life over and over and over and over again. I'm telling you, life has spanked me with that multiple times, multiple situations with multiple people. For me, life had to do that. As I get older, I'm glad life did that, because it had to show me how people were. When somebody try you the first time, they will try you again. Maybe not even in that same way, but another way. That's just life. That's how the cookie crumble, baby. I'm here to tell you, he will try you again. I told him not to do this, and we're not like that. Now he knows where I work. He knows where I work. This man. Let me tell you something what it is. You said yourself, the sex with him was, you never had, he was the best you ever had. That's what that hold he has on you. That's that hold he has on you. That man not holding no pow to your head saying, answer the phone for me. Talk to me. Be involved with me. You said yourself he doesn't know where you live. He still has a hold on you. After all these years, that man still has a hold on you. If he were to come over, I'm going to tell you, the vibe is given. If he were to come over the day of tomorrow and say all the right things and drop his pants, he could get the panties. I get that vibe. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if she end up marrying that man. I would not be surprised. He, quiet as it's kept, if you ask me, she talks about him more than Sabrina. If we really want to be honest, Sabrina somewhere, last time I seen Sabrina on social media, she was in like a dinner. You know, like people have a birthday dinner. Y'all, she would look on her Instagram. Last time I seen her, she was having a dinner on social media, dancing with some long, pretty hair, real nice outfit, dancing to Mary J. Blige. Looked like the food was mad expensive. If you ask me, Sabrina somewhere living her life. You the one on the phone with him, talking about, he knows where I stay. It's Tasha K off the chain. She started playing that music like she really give a damn. Y'all talking about, I don't want to be exploited. I don't want to be exploited. You been exploited right now. Tasha K don't give a damn about neither one of y'all. She trying to get the click and the view. Talking about, and if he was that smart as he proclaimed to be, he would already know he's already being exploited. What do you think this is? She doesn't really care about neither one of y'all. None of you. She's all about her viewers, her, the views and stuff. And it's not like she doesn't lie about this. She's very honest. So it really doesn't matter. But nonetheless, I was trying to see what that white guy was doing with my windshield. Well, not my windshield, you know, the back of the truck. He was too close to my truck. Anyway, nonetheless, other than that, I just sat right here and drunk all this Mountain Dew. About to go in. But nonetheless, it's crazy how people, they do shit and they don't even know you watching them. Because he probably don't even know that's my truck. I'm sitting across from he probably don't even know that. I was waiting for him to do something stupid. That's crazy how people can be being watched the whole time and they don't even know you sitting right there. It's crazy. But anyway, nonetheless, yeah, you act like he was just so this and so that. If you ask me, you talk about it more than she do. If anything, whenever we see Sabrina Greenlee, what's she talking about? She's talking about her kids. How it really, truthfully, you heard her talk about her recovery to getting back together more than you heard her talk about Anton. Based on since the video I made, I have seen more videos. You don't really hear her talk about Anton that much. I mean, she'll talk about an incident, but to me, based on what I've seen and heard, she mostly talk about her kids. She talks about her youngest, how what made her start realizing it's time for her to go on with life when her youngest wanted food, and how she had kept calling people, and you know how you could be waiting on people to come to your rescue and they don't come through for you. They out living their own life. So that's what made her realize she had to get up. And if she was to write a book, I probably would buy it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I probably would buy it. I ain't gonna sit here and I ain't buying it. I would. She talks about on the interview, she said how her youngest wanted some food. And that's when she realized that life was still going on, because she was pulling on her legs saying, mommy, I'm hungry, you know. And she kept calling people. Nobody was coming through for her. So that's when she realized that, like, life was going on. She had to figure out a way to go fix her baby some food. She talks about that. She talks about how her kids basically had to grow up fast to depend on each other because she wasn't able to do for them, you know, because she had stuff she was going through herself. She talks about, how did I know that if she didn't talk about it? You see what I'm saying? Like, for real, she don't really be talking about Anton like that. Savannah, you the one talking about him more. To be honest, you talk about Anton more than you talk about your own son. And that's from me to you. That's from me to you. You talk about him more than you talk about your own son. Hell, Sabrina had more, for real, for quite as it's kept, her journey was a little more harder than yours. And I don't know you to know your journey, but I'm talking about as far as her sight. The sight is everything. Let's just be honest. They say that's the most valuable sin. And not sin, sense. You know what I mean. But they say that's the most valuable one. If you can't hear, you can always get a hearing aid. The only time we really can't smell when you think about it is if you got a cold. Taste. Your taste buds can always come back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the five senses. You know what I'm saying? Your sight is everything. And to be honest, she has more children's stories than you. You talking about, oh, I missed 20 years, this, that, and the third. Nobody for you. Nobody told you to go out there and throw that stuff in that girl's face. Yeah, she was wrong for coming around there. But if you ask me, if she came by there 101, y'all could have dealt with that on the lawn. Toe to toe. Now, if she came with a group of people, I didn't go outside when it was a group of people at my porch. when I was 16. I told y'all about that. I didn't go outside when it was 3 carloads of bitches at my porch. So I'm not gonna tell you. Whenever I heard stories about that, I'd never say, oh, well, she could have went. I'm not gonna tell you to go outside and get hurt up for nobody. I'm not gonna tell you to do that. I don't advise nobody to go outside and get hurt up. Now, I will say this, you didn't have to do that because it was 1-on-1. Y'all could have fought it out, baby. Toe to toe. And both of y'all females, y'all could have, but I don't think y'all should have been fighting at all because he ain't shit. And any man that is in his right mind and don't like drama wouldn't have had y'all arguing like that. Regardless of how things end, I just gave y'all the example with my ex. A man that don't like a lot of confusion, he don't do stuff like that. Anton is a dude of confusion. He likes to see women duke it out. Sometimes when women fight, depending on the guy, that scrotes that ego. Yeah, I got this one crazy about me. This one crazy about me. Da-da-da. Tasha talking about something. If somebody was listening to the video, they don't know the situation, they would feel bad for him. Feel bad for him for what? Hell, I could know the situation. I could tell he ain't shit. A couple of minutes into the conversation, I don't care even if she didn't throw that acid in that girl's face like that. To me, listening in, the fact that you even got them duking it out like that. Duking it out like that. That's dramatized. That's dramatized. I could never. Feel bad for what? What am I supposed to be feeling bad for? I'm telling y'all, life has shown me, stop feeling bad for people. That's like when I heard a guy trying to holler, right? Y'all ever had a guy try to holler every 5 seconds? He's talking about, growing up out the hood, da-da-da. Like, I guess he's trying to pull on your heartstrings, but I'm not that girl that's going, so tell me, how was it? I really could give a damn. I really could give a shit. We all have a story to tell. No, I was not born out the hood, but I have went through my things growing up as well. I've told y'all a couple of things that I went through. So you can miss me with the growing up out the hood. None of that shit is exciting to me. It's actually kind of depressing if you ask me. And I don't want to hear it. What I want to hear is you say, okay, growing out. And I want to hear, no, that made me the man I am today. Because the next question I'm going to ask you then is, what are you doing now? And depending on the person, they're going to take that as shade. No, that's a legit question. What are you doing now? I'm good for asking the MF for that. So what are you doing now? I don't want to hear no, staying out of trouble, this, that, and the third. I mean, that's the obvious. I mean, career-wise. And I'm not the typical, you going to say, I got my own business. Okay, what? What are you doing? I don't want to hear no, I got my own business. What? What kind of business? I'm going to ask you questions. I had a guy, I did that to one time. He said, man, look, forget it. Because you ain't got shit going on. Come on, what's up? You trying to holler? What's up? I can ask you these questions. I want to know. You're not just going to spit a couple of lines to me. Then I'm like, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's not what it's giving. That's not what it's giving. You have to have more. Tell me more. I need to know. What? We supposed to be kicking it? I need to know who you are. So, in conclusion, Savannah, he ran game all on you. Girl, he still to this day got you wrapped all around his finger. And if you ask me, you more hooked on him than Sabrina. And just listening to you in this interview, it makes it very hard for me to believe. Sometimes I'm wondering, were you the jealous one? Were you? Were you? Because initially, at first I said, well, can't no 23-year-old be jealous of no 30-something-year-old. But then again, it all depends. It all depends. Were you jealous? You said she was more crazy about him, which I do believe she was crazy about him. And that's what landed her to in front of your house from get-go. But just listening to you in this interview, if you are that vulnerable to him after all of this, imagine how you were when you were younger. I'm sure it was even worse. It was the love for him. It was even deeper. So I don't know, Savannah girl. I don't know. Cause like I said, I heard you talk about it more than old girl. She seemed like she living well, and you seem like you barely hanging on. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.